The book of Jonah is just 1.5 pages long, and still it's so full that I want to make a little video series while I recap the sermons of the last weeks. I already did the one from Jonah 1, the first part. Let's look at the second part and see how it talks into our lives and brings application where we can grow in our faith. All right, so Jonah's been running away. God has sent a storm to actually change the circumstance, change the story. Jonah had gone down below deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. Meanwhile, the sailors are throwing stuff overboard. They're calling out to their gods. They're trying everything. Then the captain comes to him and says, "How can you sleep? Get up, call out to your God. Maybe he will take notice of us so that we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Well, why are they continuing to talk? Jonah is called to pray, is not praying," right? Because the next verse is the sailors go on, right? Let's cast lots to find out who is responsible for this calamity. They cast lots and the lot fell on Jonah. So they asked him, "Tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble for us? What kind of work do you do? Where do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you?" 5 questions. He will answer not all of them. He says, "I'm Hebrew. I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." Now they're panicking. Why are they panicking? Because in that time, people thought of gods being responsible for certain areas. So they're asking him questions to figure out which God in his life has he angered, right? Is it the God of your profession? What is your profession? Is it the God of his people? Is it the God of your country? Is it the God of your family? Where did you anger God? What did you mess up? Which God? So we can sacrifice to him and we will have no storm anymore. Jonah knows God and he says, "Well, I fear," oh irony, does he really, right? "I fear Yahweh, the God who made the seas and the dry land." He made everything. Jonah knows that God has built everything. Jonah knows that God is everywhere. Why would he run away? Why would he run away? I think it has to do with the reality of real faith. Real faith is when your actions, your hands, your feet line up with what you say. Why else would he say, "I believe in God"? One thing also that he's omitting is that he is a prophet. He had a mission, and he should actually do something. And he could turn around and say, "Turn the ship." God is going to respond. No. Look what he says. In his self-righteousness, he says, well, they are terrified. They asked him, "What have you done? What is this that you have done?" They knew he was running away from the Lord because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, "What should we do to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he replied, "and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." Well, the man tried the best to row back to the land. They could not. The sea was even worse and worse and worse. Then they cry out to the Lord. They cry out to God. "Please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, Lord, have done as you pleased." And they took Jonah, threw him overboard. Then the raging sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. Wow, so much going on here. First of all, when the storm comes, they start to throw stuff overboard. It's not helping. Then they throw lots. It's not helping. The only thing that will calm the wrath of God because of our inobedience is actually the sacrifice of an innocent man. And that directly points to Jesus. Jesus himself said that he would be like the sign of Jonah. Jesus calms the storm as a miracle, right? When he walks on water, calms the storm, as a pointer to what he's going to do at the cross. At the cross, he is the true Jonah that calmed the wrath of God, stilled the storm, made everything plain and made a way to actually come to the Father. The sailors who were away from God, did not know of God, in that storm became people of God. And the irony of Jonah is that he wanted nothing to do with pagan people. He ends up dying for them so they would be saved. All right, what's the application? God is sovereign. God has everything together. He is Lord of the storm. Whatever storm you're in, He is God. He is Lord of people that you don't even know, or people that don't know God, or are even against God. Even Jonah, who wants to fight against God, ultimately serves God. Lastly, God is the Lord of salvation. He will find a way to save, whether you're able or not. That means we can trust Him because He truly is Lord. God bless you guys. See you in the next one.